Welcome back to the Six Figure Mastermind. Marianne DeNovellis here with you today. Every color that you see throughout your entire day is specifically designed to be there on purpose. We're going to teach you the psychology of why and how you can use it to grow your business, so stay tuned. Okay, this is a super fun conversation. I love the psychology of color. Like, this is something that it's not brand new, but people have been using this psychology for a really, really long time. I'm going to be showing you a graphic here and there. We'll pull it up every now and then from colorpsychology.org. So this graphic is them courtesy of those guys. Huge shout out to them. Thanks for letting us use this in our video. I'm just going to walk you through this and consider when you're doing your marketing and your branding, what if you've got a logo already, consider what these colors are saying about you and your brand. And if you're just starting, if you're just building your logo, do this ahead of time so you can build a logo that speaks to the audience that you want to bring in. So let's go through this color by color, okay? And if you look at this graphic, on the top you're going to see yellow. Now check out all of the brands that are using this yellow primarily in their color, okay? We've got Nikon, huge Nikon girl, that's me. UPS, National Geographic, okay? IMDb. We've got Sprint, Subway, Best Buy, DHL, Hertz, McDonald's. You know, yellow is a very optimistic color. It promotes clarity. It is an attractive color. In fact, if you go down the cereal aisle at your local grocery store, just do this for me. Like, next time you go grocery shopping, don't look for your groceries, look for the colors and see what you notice, right? Yellow is a predominant color when you're trying to grab someone's attention. It's a sunshiny color. It's going to be very optimistic and pull you in. Whenever you have a sale item, usually it will be displayed in some kind of yellow hue, okay? So check that out and see, observe that real quick. So yellow is going to bring optimism and brightness and fun into your brand. Okay, look at the next one. Orange. Okay, orange is more of a youthful color, okay? It exemplifies cheerfulness, it's confidence. Nickelodeon, that is their color. In fact, they own that color of orange, okay? We've got Amazon that uses their orange swoosh there. Payless Shoe Store uses it. Firefox is one that uses it. Fanta, Stars, Harley Davidson, that's their trademark. We've got Crush, we've got Shutterfly, we've got Blogger. A lot of different people that want to speak to excitement and cheerful and being confident, they will use orange, okay? Orange is, again, a very youthful color. And so if you're designing a brand that's speaking to a target audience that's in a younger age range, or you have a brand that you want to think people, or that you want people to think is exciting or fun or spontaneous, look at the color orange and see if you want to incorporate that into what you're building. And for a minute, look at the kinds of shapes that are being used with this. The orange banner here that has a lot of, things aren't row by row. They usually have an arc to them, or they're usually a splat like the big Nickelodeon thing, or they usually have a big swoosh or some kind of movement inside of the graphic in addition to using the orange color. Okay, take a look at red. Now, red is a bold color. Red is one that says, everyone look at me. And actually, when you're looking at colors on a color spectrum, red, if it compared to another color, will appear closer to you just because of how our eyes interpret through the rods and the cones in our eyeballs. Red will look closer to you than a lot of other colors. So if you want to be bold and stick out, use red and use crisp lines in the red, okay? Now look at some of the brands that are using red. We've got Nintendo, that's classic. We've got Kmart, Coca-Cola, they've got their own version of red as well. Netflix, Target, we've got Dairy Queen, Nabisco, Avis. Now look at these red logos. They're very angular. They've got sharp lines. They're not like the orange that's got all this movement to it. They've got these crisp, sharp, look at CNN. It's almost a graphic layout, right? So red is going to be bold, it's going to be in your face, it's going to have a statement associated with it. Okay, so let's move on. We've got purple. Now, purple is kind of a wide definition. There's lots of definitions of purple. So let's check out the people that are using purple. Sci-Fi uses purple. We've got Monster that uses purple. Barbie uses purple. Yahoo uses purple. Lynx, Welch's, Hallmark. That's one of their trademark colors. Cadbury, Taco Bell. You've got You could say T-Mobile uses purple, even though it's kind of a pink. Aussie, it's a hairline that uses purple. Purple is for the creatives, okay? Purple is for the people that are imaginative and they want to bring their creativity into the space. And so if you have a company that's speaking to someone that's a creative, like an artistic kind of a thing, purple is a great color to use in your branding. Let's move on to blue. Now, blue is one of my favorite ones to talk about because I was surprised to find the types of companies that are using blue, and they're all very upper level. They're all business oriented. So check out these companies, right? JP Morgan, Chase Bank, Dell, AT&T, Lowe's, American Express, HP, Facebook, IBM, Vimeo, and then there's that Pfizer thing that I can't ever pronounce, but I think it's for pharmaceuticals, right? So blue says business, okay? Blue is a trust color. You know, oftentimes you will see politicians in the debates, they're either going to be wearing red as they're bold, go get them, or they're going to be blue, you can trust me. Now, neither one is better than the other. It's just, what do I want to attract with my audience? Do I want to be the trustworthy, long-standing? Now, look at some of these brands, right? When you look at some of these brands, you know, AT&T, they've been around forever, it feels like. So blue also says longevity, you know, dependability, strength. You know, you look at Facebook, they've got that permanence factor. So blue will say long-standing, permanence, trust, that kind of a thing. Okay, let's move on to green. Green, it says growth, it says health. Let's check out some of these industries or some of these companies that are using greens. Obviously, Whole Foods, they're going to use green, okay? Animal Planet, it has to do with nature, they're going to use green. Tropicana, it exemplifies health, so they're going to use green in sharing their orange juice, right? Even though it's orange juice, it's going to be green. We're talking about Spotify, they use green. Starbucks uses green. British Petroleum. Now, a petroleum company, why in the world would a petroleum company use green? Think about it. You are a petroleum company. Oil companies, even just saying that, they kind of get a bad rap a lot of the time. But if you make your brand and your logo something that has to do with health, something that has to do with peace, prosperity, growth, being all natural, that psychologically is going to put a good spin on your company. Even though you're this big rig oil company, if you have BP with this green, beautiful flower on it, it psychologically says something to your customer that says, you know, we're considering nature here at the same time, okay? So that's green. Okay, let's go into the neutrals, the grays, all right? Let's take a look at some of these. We've got Cartoon Network that uses that, Mercedes, Apple, Wikipedia. We've got the Tribune, Honda, Nike, Puma. Now, what's interesting, if you'll take note, if you look at this graphic here, take a look at all of the companies that are using black and white and gray. Very few of them have their actual name in the logo of their brand, and yet you know exactly what it is. You see the Nike swoosh, you know it's Nike. You see the Honda logo, you know it's Honda. Apple, no brainer. You know what that is. Puma does have their name in there, but that's one of the few that does. Okay? When you have these dark colors like black and white and grays, you think calm, you think neutral. It also exemplifies longevity, that they have been around forever and they are going to be around forever. So when you have all of these different color choices, think, what do I want my clients to know about me? Do I want to be the firm, strong, long-standing company with huge results and big numbers? Then I'd probably stick with the grays and the blacks and the whites and that contrast. Do I want to be fun and appeal to the young crowd, and I want to draw in those people and when they work with me, they know we're going to have a blast? I would stick more to the oranges and yellows, okay? A rule of thumb when you're designing your logo and you're using the psychology of color is not to use more than 2 in your brand. It's very risky to use more into. Your colors can then become distracting. Now, there are a couple companies that can get away with it. If you go over back to this graphic and you look at the top outside, Google, they've gotten away with using multiple colors. Microsoft, they've also gotten away with it. eBay, they've gotten away with it too. NBC, those are companies. Now, we're talking big companies here, okay? They have kind of made the rainbow of colors their brand. Now, I would hesitate to do that in your brand because unless you're one of these big top dogs, it can appear very juvenile. And that's probably not, unless you're running a daycare, your target audience. So when you're building your brand, consider the psychology of color. Consider what you want your brand to convey, and then do some social media tests on it. Send it out to your people and get some feedback on it. And just keep in mind, your customers are going to see your colors first. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you had a great time watching this video. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow.